I'm sure you have heard ridiculous amounts about the creatures in the sea, and this is starting to wear on you. But bear with me. This is the magnificent anemone. With a name that cool, this has got to be good, right? Right, because everyone loved Finding Nemo. So here's more on the place that he lived. Starting off with the anatomy. It's pretty basic, like white girl with Starbucks basic. They have a pedal desk which acts like a piece of gum. Super sticky, and once stuck, good luck removing it. Which is why these suckers don't move once they settle down. Staying on topic though, the oral disc holds the mouth and the anus. Talk about interesting table manners. Around the oral disc are oral tentacles, which assist with eating. And lastly, there are just tentacles. The tentacles have pneumatocysts that sting and paralyze prey. Talking about prey, these animals feed off diverse organisms. They eat small fish, shrimps, pictures may not be accurate to what the anemone is eating, isopods, amphipods, mussels. No, not those mussels, these mussels. Sea urchins and plankton. Not that plankton, but you get the idea. Do not ask me how they break all the shells. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. On top of all of that, they also can eat any waste the clownfish that tend to live in eat and leave behind, like Nemo and his dad would have done during Finding Nemo. The stuff floating around them is their waste, and the anemone feeds off of it. The clownfish also eat and scare away bristleworms from the anemone. They can photosynthesize if they need more food. That being said, the organisms that eat them are jerks. Fellow anemones, nudibranchs, sea stars, angelfish, and bristleworms. Continuing with anatomy, though, the inside of the anemone houses a gastropodia cavity, which does exactly what every gastro whatever does. There is no central nervous system. Instead, the animal maintains homeostasis through several stimuli. Reference the picture if you have any confusion on anatomy. Moving right along, they live in the tropical regions of the Indo-Pacific Ocean, between the Red Sea to Samoa. They live anywhere from 1 to 50 meters deep, preferring water that is 24 to 32 degrees Celsius, that is clear and has a strong current. Something cool about them is the ones closer to the surface are solitary and smaller, while those deeper are found in colonies and larger, which can be explained by their reproduction as the anemones reproduce asexually in the winter and they spawn right next to the anemone. Shout out to all the asexuals that are watching and can relate. Joking. Kinda. The magnificent sea anemone also spawns sexually with them releasing fertilized eggs into the water, which just makes me think of someone screaming, "Yeet!" and throwing their kid into the water. Some special adaptations are the fact that the anemones are so large, this helps scare off prey. Not all as we've discussed, but a lot. Them being so colorful also plays its hand, as poisonous things are usually colorful, thus scaring off even more predators. The interesting research I have found on the anemones are that the green fluorescence that they naturally produce is being used by scientists, and looks promising for biologists for exposing changing genes and making sure that that gene that changed was the one scientists wanted. This is also what causes the glowing rats and other glowing animals. We're going to finish this with movement, which I touched on but did not fully explain. When the anemone reproduces sexually, the offspring is a polyp. The polyp will wander around, pushed by the ocean current, until they find something to settle on. Once they settle, the pedal desk kicks in, and they do not move, thus kickstarting their life cycle and stopping all future movement. That is all the information I have up to date. Stick around for my list of references and details.